Wow, you can see everything, can't you? This is gonna be fun. Hi, I'm Miriam, and I like makeup, and that's what we're gonna do. Last year, I posted a video where I was like clowning with clown makeup, and I thought it was very fun. And this year, there's like a clown trend on TikTok. So, killing two birds with one stone, is that the expression? We're gonna do some clown makeup again. And I just got myself a new phone. I'm filming on my phone, so this is really weird, and I had to rearrange things, and now you can see that I am just sitting in front of my blinds. So how this is gonna work is that I have a few clowning topics I want to do, and we are gonna take inspo from my favorite clown, Miss Harley Quinn. I think I want to do it a little different than what I did last year. I'm not gonna even have the reference in front of me. I'm just gonna go with the flow. And I was thinking of doing my hair at the end, because I feel like the reveal when I get the costume on and everything would be a bit cooler if I do my hair as well. What are the topics today? Well, Louis and Zayn from One Direction. We are going to talk about Taylor Swift, as per usual. I love talking about all those people. And I think that's about it. There was one more thing, but I forgot. Oh yeah, 5 sauce. Yeah, those are gonna be my 3 topics today. So without further ado, let's go. So a little side note before I begin. This is for a TikTok trend that I will link my TikTok below. It'll also probably be on my YouTube shorts if I can find the sound. I struggle with that sometimes. And I won't be talking about what I've been doing, but if you're curious, I'll try to make some form of short form content. But mostly I'll talk about the topics and you just see me do my thing. Cool? Cool. So it's been quite a while, but Louis went on The Life of a CEO. It's a podcast, and he shattered all my dreams of a One Direction reunion. I know people were saying don't get your hopes up, but I was still getting my hopes up. This product smells bad. I was hoping that we do something together and like honoring him, but it was just nope, won't be the same without Liam, not happening without Liam, nothing's gonna go on without Liam. It's been like a year since he passed. Oh, by the way, I got a One Direction tattoo when it happened. It's not in focus, and it won't because I have the focus mode on home. Okay, I'm out of focus mode. It's upside down. Wow, Miriam, you're so smart. There we go. It's from Night Changes. I am very happy with my tattoo, but my brain isn't used to it. I still go, oh, right, your hair. But eventually I think I'll forget. I keep forgetting I have one on my leg. It was really interesting to hear Louis talk about basically his life on the podcast. I think it was last year Lottie Tomlinson came out with a memoir, Louis' sister, and I did read it, or I listened to the audiobook and she reads it for you. So it made it more personal in my opinion. But it was really nice to get like Louis' perspective on things. But like he's publicly had to been dealing with the grief like not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's been like in the media. I don't know if anybody else has passed in his family, but that hasn't been very well documented as those 3 people, his mom, sister, and Liam. And that must be rough. And like the fact that he didn't even find out until Niall called him, that's like so sad. It also got across some points that I've always speculated is that the One Direction boys aren't necessarily friends anymore. Oops. I'm sorry, I get blurred when I do this on my face. And towards the end, they weren't really, per se, as good of friends, especially not after they had the talk. Like, it is understandable because they all started as solo acts, and that's what they kind of wanted to be. But they weren't good enough. So, boy band it is, you know? That's how it goes. I've speculated the past few years that they do have some sort of relationship because they said it multiple times. There's no other 3 other guys that kind of get me the way the others do, and that's a very special thing to have, and I do believe that. So I do believe that there is a special bond between these boys, but it's not necessarily a friendship like we'd all hope and wish and want. But yeah, I do believe that they have some sort of relationship still, but it's not the same as they used to, and it will never be. Because what Louis said is that the breakup came out of nowhere and somebody wanted to go solo just out of nowhere. And people are pointing fingers, and it's very easy to point fingers at Harry because he had the most success. He was like, well, my parents call him the front man, but there was no front man of One Direction. We all know that. But he was the most recognized, most well liked. You know it. If you ask anyone if they know who Harry Styles is, they most likely do. If they ask anybody if they know any of the other members, they probably don't. And Harry doesn't really get asked any questions about One Direction after they split, but I find it kind of hard to believe that he's all to blame. Like, that's just crazy. But like, Zayn and Louis has been spotted hanging out? What? What's in the 2014 is going on? I didn't think that day would come, if I'm being quite honest. But they're making something for Netflix. And they're visiting a lot of places in America. And that's interesting. It's intriguing. It's something. But I am excited. I am. I have been hoping for them to like reconnect for a long time. Ever since I read that like Louis' mom's dying wish was for him to like get in contact. But I don't know how much contact they've had the past years in private. I'm also kind of shocked on how few things they have met up for each other in the past year. And I feel like everywhere I hear people who knew Liam, they all say he was such a sweet person. And I didn't know Liam, so I can just take what they say with a grain of salt. We do always remember people in a very, very nice light, but I do want to believe that he was as nice of a human as they say. And thinking about a lot of things right back now, it does sound like it, but people were being so mean, like he was trying so hard or holding on to things or something like that. And like, this is very scary to say out loud, but I find it hard to follow their solo careers because I like them so much as a group, as a boy band, that them as different like solo acts, it's just I'm not always vibing with the music, and it's a lot of money and it's not the same. It's really sad that we don't get to experience that again. Like, I know it's not the end of the world, but it's still sad. You know? I should do my blush next. I don't know if I'm just rambling gibberish or if that anything made sense. My brain is going everywhere right now. This is fun. I get to do as much as I want. Okay, we are moving on to Miss Taylor Swift. She recently came out with a new album. And boy, everybody had a field day. First, people hated the album. Then people kind of liked the album and was vibing with it. And then people started claiming that she is racist. Yeah. So Taylor has a song called Opalite, which is my favorite on the album, by the way. Opalite, if you don't know, it's a stone. It's an opal that is man-made. And the lyrics go sleepless through the onyx night, but now this guy is opalite. And an onyx is another stone. It looks like this, and opalite looks like this. So, since it's, she's saying that she was sleepless through a black stone, and now this guy is a white stone, apparently she's racist. It has nothing to do with that the night is dark, or something like that, as a sane person would have thought. No. For the record, I'm not calling those people thinking that insane. I'm just saying it's a metaphor and not that kind of metaphor. This brush really sucks. Also, she's saying in another of the lyrics, I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage. And people were having a field day with that too. Because apparently that's also wrong to say. I know, are you keeping up? Also, it's very funny because people are saying she's calling herself savage, but the lyrics go, I'm not a savage. So, yeah. I know, like, savages is a bad way of saying things, because the Pocahontas movie is a bit controversial for that. I still kind of like that movie, but that's besides the point. It's also nostalgic, so. But you know what also happened? Taylor Swift is apparently a Yahtzee. Do you know what a Yahtzee is? Replace the Y with an N. Yeah. You want to know how we got there? I'll tell you how we got there. So she came up with this lightning bolt necklace, which a lot of people are saying that the lightning bolts are SS symbols. Now, I didn't quite do my research on what those are, but apparently they're bad. But they don't look nothing like those kind of symbols. If you don't know what they look like, I would Google it, because I don't know if I can put a picture on it. Also, there are 8 of those. There are 12, because it's the 12th album. And apparently the shape here, people are saying, is an iron cross, but there is differences between that and an iron cross. And people are convinced. I'm sorry, America, but it's mostly Americans coming up on my For You page saying this. But if you can find a video of any other people talking about it, I'd be glad to shame the Europeans too. I am one myself, so. But people seriously need to chill, okay? Okay, I was, back in the day, I was not a huge Swiftie. I liked some of her songs, but I was not really that into her. And I did my fair share of pointing and laughing. I did. I hate to admit it, but I did. This is taking it a little too far, okay? I was just mad because she dated Harry Styles, and I wanted to do that, but I was 12. I think we should move on to our last topic of the day. Five Sauce going on tour. Now, firstly, Five Sauce also is coming out with a new album, and on Liam's death anniversary, they came out with a song called Boy Band, which is basically talking about how it is being in the boy band behind the scenes. And it's really catchy. If you haven't heard it, I'd go do so. But what a clown moment for Five Sauce to do that. I'm impressed. I like it. Now, I have never been the biggest fan of Five Sauce, and I never claimed to be. But I'm very excited that they are going on tour because I was going to see them twice. Because I went to One Direction's tour twice, and they weren't there both times. There were other acts. You know how annoying that is? And like, I really want to go to the tour, but people are kind of gatekeeping, like the internet usually does. But I just want to, I really want my chance to actually see them, so I will go see them. I'll try to see liqud too, but nobody wants to go with me, so. The lipstick is way darker red than the rest of this. I don't mind it. Why I'm sitting on a stool is because my gaming chair didn't look appropriate for this. Now I'm starting to question if my Harley Quinn costume is here or not, or if I left it at my parents'. I think it's here. I think I've seen it. I used to do a lot of cosplays, so but they took up too much storage, all my costumes, and I don't have a big apartment, so I kind of took a lot of them to my parents, and now I can't remember which one. Okay, I'm gonna see if it's here. I'm gonna do my finishing details, and I'll be right back. I saw the leather jacket, and I was like, thank God. So, yeah, I tried to do the thing with my hair and eyeshadow, but it did not work very well. Maybe if I put my pigtails a little more out, like, yes, that was much better. So what have we learned today, guys? Take things with a grain of salt. Don't jump to the conclusions. Support your boy bands while you can. Take a chill pill on Taylor Swift. And enjoy Five Sauce if you're going. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sitting there hearing me ramble about topics. Do I like this better than the last one? I don't know. It's more different. I do like both. If you want to check out my last one, it's called Clowning with Clown Makeup. And I hope you like this. And if you want to see my TikTok or shorts, everything is linked. Most likely the shorts and TikTok are probably up because I spent too much work on it today to like wait until I edit this. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you again. Anyways, like, subscribe, follow, share, tell your grandma. Anyways, I hope to see you again. Okay, bye.